Hackers breach Microsoft in a daring move to uncover what the tech giant knows about them. Stay tuned as we unravel the details of this cyber attack, exploring the motives and potential fallout. In this story, hackers breach Microsoft to find out what Microsoft knows about them, written by Lorenzo Franceschi Beccarai for TechCrunch. Microsoft disclosed a breach by the Russian government-linked hacking group Midnight Blizzard, App29 or Cozy Bear, compromising corporate email accounts, including those of senior leadership, cybersecurity, legal, and other teams. Utilizing a password spray attack, the attack gained access to a limited number of Microsoft email accounts. However, the hackers' focus was not on customer or corporate data. Instead, they aimed to obtain information related to themselves. Microsoft indicated the group sought to understand what the company knew about them. Although Microsoft did not specify the number of breached accounts or the exact information accessed, company emphasized the need to enhance security and adapt to new challenges. App29 or Cozy Bear is believed to be responsible for the attacks against the Democratic National Committee in 2015 and SolarWinds in 2019. Jason, this is interesting, right? These hackers are getting more and more proficient at business practices, as I like to call it, right? This is not a get access, torch the system, extract data. First they started hanging out, just laying quiet. Then they started this as a service stuff, and now they're doing competitive market research. I could not be more proud.
If that would be the number one thing I would want to know, right? Like, what does Microsoft or what does the government know about me? How afraid should I actually be?
Yeah, that's I love it. I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. Hackers, bad, zero question. They make MSPs' lives nuts. They make end users' lives nuts. No question.
Threat actors, bad. Hackers can be okay. Bad.
Yes. But at the same time, you have to appreciate the business acumen, right? Like, these are things, and this is the part I keep trying to talk to MSPs that I don't think they're understanding. I think this is a full-fledged business at this point. You can make a ton of money doing this. There's infrastructure set up. There's services. There's management set up. You don't have to be a solopreneur anymore. You can join a team pretty easily. I mean, assuming you join a team and suddenly you're ready to go. So if the malicious actors or the malactors are using these practices, I think we need to start looking. It's not just a security, how can they get in thing. I think to look at the whole picture, you also have to look at business and operations here too, right?
I think so. I mean, my immediate question when it comes to this, on top of the business stuff, is how is password spraying effective? Does Microsoft only have security defaults on their tenant, or did those users just not have MFA, right? Because in theory, we have ways to stop these sorts of attacks.
I love that every one of these stories ends with the company emphasized the need to enhance security and adapt to new challenges. Is password spraying a new challenge? I get this is more your world than mine, but
it's not, right? Like, this is in theory one of the most sophisticated companies security posture wise in the world, and they got hit with essentially the lowest tech attack possible. Like, how is this possible?
I mean, Microsoft's not known for sharing more information than they absolutely have to. I wish this was, okay, I don't wish this on anybody, but had it been a company more like Cloudflare or some of the others, we would have heard a little bit more. We would have heard, maybe this was one of those doors they weren't paying attention to, or, some old piece of hardware, which shouldn't exist. But let's be honest, we all have them, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, for sure, there are services that don't have MFA on them, right? Like, and we've seen that before, that if you have, say, like an SMTP account, right, that doesn't have MFA on, whereas, the interactive login might, or very commonly, IMAP doesn't do MFA, right? And so people come in via IMAP to do these sort of breaches. But my other thought, the other side of me goes, maybe this is the less embarrassing version of what actually happened, right? And I want to say it was password spraying, and it was more nefarious than that. I don't know.
I don't disagree with you. That is one of those things. That was my initial thought as well. It was like, if they're admitting to this, it must have been it must have been a little bit worse.
What
Right?
actually happened for them to take the entire internet of security people making fun of them for not having MFA on? Like what actually went down here? That's the path, the best path.
And that, you know what? That is a perfect tie-in for our Discord. If you can go in and try to figure out what exactly happened, what do you think happened to this? I would definitely love to know. With that said, thanks for tuning in. If you found this story eye-opening, catch MSP Dispatch every Tuesday and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern for more in-depth news coverage. Share your thoughts below, and remember to hit that subscribe button. See you next time.
This has been a broadcast of the MSP Media Network.